Now let's talk about the signs and symptoms of this condition. What are those possibly signs and symptoms you will see and you begin to suspect kidney failure? This is when there is swollen ankles, swollen feet, swollen faces, there is itching, there is loss of appetite, there is difficulty in concentration, there is nausea and vomiting, there is pain, there is fever. Now let's talk about the diagnosis of this condition. What are those diagnoses? What are those? How would you know that your kidneys are failing? So it is being determined by two main tests, and this is where we have the blood test and the urine test. So for the blood test, we are checking for the creatinine. Creatinine is a waste product that is being filtered out by the kidney. So when this creatinine is being present in the blood, what it's then used for is to check the estimated filtration rate of this kidney. That is to check how much of this creatine are being filtered out from the kidney. So if there is much quantities being filtered out, that means that the kidneys are working perfectly okay. But if there is low quantities that are being filtered out, that means there is a problem with the kidney. Then when you talk about the urine test, the purpose of the urine test is to check for the protein or the albumin in the urine. When there is process of albumin on the protein in the urine, that means there is a problem. Remember that this albumin are supposed to be in the blood, but when it is present in the urine, that means there is a problem. That means the kidney has failed or is not working properly. Now let's talk about the prevention of this condition. How can it be prevented? Actually, it cannot be completely be prevented, but there are some measures one can take in order to be on the safer side. Here is number one is when you already know you are at risk. This is when you know you have diabetes, you know you have high blood pressure. You should try as much as taking your treatment, so streets. Take check your blood pressure regularly, take treatments, go for follow for checkups. There is need for a reduction of alcohol intake. There is need for quitting in smoking. There is need for you to stop herbal mixtures. There is need for you to treat infections, and then so on and so forth. Then talking about the treatments for this condition, because it has happened, it needs to be treated, right? And the treatment depends on the causes and on the severity. So talking about AKI, when we talked about severe dehydration as a cause of AKI, right? So in this case, it is very simple to treat. What we need here is just to replace the fluid loss and then make the individual become hydrated again. And then talking about CKD, this is when it has failed completely. The treatment here is the dialysis and then the kidney transplant. The dialysis, this is when a machine is being used to filter the blood because the kidney has failed. So if you don't filter this blood, it will cause more harm to the kidney, and then eventually this harm will distribute to every other organs, to the surrounding organs, and it can actually cause death. Then the kidney transplant is a case whereby it is severely damaged, and then there is need for a replacement of the damaged kidney. Now, before we end, let's clear up some misconceptions we have been told about this kidney failure, because most of them are simply not true. So I've heard most people, and I believe that most of us has also heard that Indomie causes kidney failure, and that is number one cause of kidney failure in children, in kids. But that is not true. The fact is that yes, the seasoning contains high amounts of sodium, but eating noodles once or twice will not give you kidney failure. What it does is that Indomie and consuming other food high in sodium will actually increase the high blood pressure of a human being, and which will in return increase the long-term risk of having a kidney failure. Then another thing is that I've heard people say if one kidney fails, I will die, but that is not true. People can actually live with one kidney provided it's working so perfectly well and is being monitored at all time. I've also heard people say that kidney failure happens to only adults and not young children, but that is not true. Young children can actually develop this kidney failure as a result of kidney or urinary congenital abnormalities. Also, they might actually develop it as a result of maybe obstruction or obstruction with the urinary tract. Now, I've also heard people say that holding your urine once would cause you a kidney damage or kidney failure, but that is not true. Just like I've explained what happens, that the urine, instead of flowing down, is flowing up because of the chronic retention, and then it flows up to the kidney, and then it will now cause a problem to the kidney. But this is not when it happens once or twice. It happens with a constant retention of the urine, and this is why it is advisable to meteorate whenever you feel pressed. Another thing I've heard people say that is that if my urine is normal, or if my urine looks normal, or if the color of my urine looks normal, I am healthy. But that is not true. Let's not forget that the early stage of this condition does not present with any symptoms, so it is advisable that you go for a regular checkup, and then so you can be in check. So, and also I've heard people say, if I am having kidney failure, I will feel pain. Just like I've said, most times this condition does not manifest with it does not manifest with an obvious symptoms, and there are people that has developed this condition with no symptoms presenting at this early stage. So please do well to keep yourself in check. So in conclusion, I would want you to know that your kidney works silently every day, but then kidney damage also works silently. Don't wait until your kidney fails before you can start taking care of them. Always check your blood sugar level, treat your hypertension, stay hydrated, abstain from abusing drugs, and eat healthy, and so on and so forth. Because prevention is better than dialysis. Take care and see you again in my next video. Bye.